Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something really powerful. It's a Hawaiian practice called Ho'oponopono. And get this, it can totally transform your life using just 4 simple phrases. We're going to break down how these words can help you heal old hurts and finally get unstuck from those negative patterns for good.
You know that feeling, right? Where you feel like you're trapped in the same old painful situation, blaming the same people over and over again? Maybe it's a boss, a relative, your partner, and you just keep thinking, if they would just change, everything would be okay. But what if the real problem isn't out there at all? What if the solution, the real solution, is right inside you?
And this isn't a new idea. Ancient wisdom has been telling us this for centuries. Take this quote, for example. It basically says that no one gives you happiness or sadness. The idea that someone else is responsible for your feelings, that's a form of ignorance. It's like a game we play with ourselves, and it's a trap that keeps us from being truly free. So let's dive into that a little deeper.
Right, so this is the blame game we all play. We pour so much energy into it, don't we? We're just waiting for that apology that might never come, waiting for things around us to change, waiting for someone else to step in and fix it. But here's the thing, this whole way of thinking, it's built on a shaky foundation. It fundamentally misunderstands where our reality even comes from.
And that leads us to the first, it's a huge shift in thinking, a real mind bender. The idea that your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world. Everything you see, everything you experience out there is just a projection of what's already going on inside of you. Let's look at how this really breaks down.
Okay, look at this side by side. On one hand, you have the way most of us think. Life happens to me. Others cause my pain. I'm basically a victim of my circumstances. But then you have the Ho'oponopono view, and it flips everything on its head. It says life happens from me. My inner state creates my reality. Now, this is not about blaming yourself. Not at all. It's the exact opposite. It's about taking your power back. Because if you're the source, that means you're the one who can change it. And this simple idea, it changes everything. Suddenly, that difficult person at work, that frustrating family argument, that painful memory that keeps popping up, it's not a punishment. It's not bad luck. It's an opportunity. It's old stuff, old data. You can call it karma. That's just replaying itself, giving you a chance to finally clean it up and let it go. So the big question is, how do we actually do this cleaning? Well, that's where this beautiful and incredibly simple tool called Ho'oponopono comes in. It's an ancient Hawaiian practice all about reconciliation and forgiveness. But really, at its core, it's a way to fix things internally. It's an inner course correction. What we're really doing with Ho'oponopono is learning to talk to our subconscious mind and maybe even retrain it. Your subconscious is like this giant hard drive, right? It's storing every single memory, every program, every unresolved feeling you've ever experienced. All that data that needs cleaning, yeah, it's all in there.
And here's a really helpful way to think about it. Imagine your conscious mind, the part of you that's listening right now, is like a mother. And your subconscious mind, where all those old hurts and memories live, is like a little child. Now that child, if left on its own, is just going to react based on old pain, right? It acts out. The job of the mother, your conscious mind, is to lovingly guide that child, to teach it how to heal. And how does the mother guide the child? Through those 4 simple healing phrases we talked about at the start. So let's break down exactly what we mean when we say them. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Okay, first up, I'm sorry. Now this is not what you think. It's not about guilt. You're not saying you did something wrong or you're a bad person. It's a profound way of taking 100% responsibility. You're basically saying, I am sorry for whatever is inside of me that has created this situation I'm experiencing. It's a total ego crusher because your ego just wants to blame someone else. Then comes, please forgive me. Who are you asking? You're asking the divine, the universe, even yourself. You're asking for forgiveness for holding on to this negative energy for so long. For all the memories, both the ones you know about and the ones you don't, that are replaying as this problem right now. After that, you say thank you. And this is huge. It's all about gratitude. You're saying thank you to that inner child, your subconscious, for bringing this issue up to the surface so you can finally heal it. And you're saying thank you to that higher power for listening and for turning this heavy negative energy into something pure. And finally, maybe the most powerful phrase of all, I love you. Love is the ultimate cleanser. It's the ultimate healing frequency. When you say I love you, you're not just saying words. You're flooding that painful memory, your inner child, and your entire being with love. And that love is what neutralizes all the negativity
and makes healing possible.
Okay, so that's the theory, and it sounds great, right? But how does this actually work in the real world? Like when you're in the heat of the moment, when you're feeling that rush of anger or anxiety or that deep resentment, how do you put this tool to work then? It's actually pretty straightforward. The second you feel that trigger, that flash of anger or hurt, the first step is just to notice it, acknowledge it. Don't try to push it down. Then you turn your attention inward to that inner child and you say, I take responsibility for this feeling. You reassure that part of you, hey, it's okay, we can let this go together. This is just old stuff. And then you just start repeating the phrases, either in your head or out loud. And as you do, you just let it go. You surrender that heavy feeling, trusting that it's being cleaned. And getting a handle on our triggers is so important, especially when it comes to anger. Ancient texts, like this quote from the Bhagavad Gita, have warned us about this for ages. Anger isn't just an emotion. It starts a dangerous chain reaction. It says that anger leads to delusion. And from delusion, we lose our memory, our sense of what's real.
And you can see how this plays out. This destructive cycle shows why letting anger run wild is so bad for us. It's not just that it feels awful. It literally messes with our ability to think straight and just drains our energy, our life force. And that's why a tool like Ho'oponopono is so incredible. It gives you a way to stop that cycle right in its tracks, before it spirals out of control.
You know, the real point of all this isn't just to fix one little problem here or there. The ultimate goal is so much bigger. It's about getting to a state of deep, lasting inner peace. A kind of freedom where it doesn't matter what's going on around you, you're still centered and okay.
And where does that peace come from? It comes from this one number, 100%. The moment you truly, deeply accept 100% responsibility for everything in your reality, something amazing happens. You're no longer waiting on someone else for your peace. You're not dependent on anything outside of you. The power is yours. It always was.
And when you start doing this cleaning consistently, the benefits are just wow. You finally start to break free from those karmic cycles you've been stuck in. Long-held resentments and pain just start to dissolve. You stop feeling like a victim and start feeling empowered. And the coolest part, because you're operating from a cleaner, clear energy source, everything in your life starts to get better. Your relationships, your work, your health, it all shifts.
So, let's leave it with this final thought. If your inner world truly creates your outer world, then what kind of reality are you going to choose to build today? You are the architect. In every single moment, you have a choice. React based on old painful data, or respond from a new place of love and total responsibility. The choice is yours. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.